brands, we have the pleasure of working with experts. Today I'm joined by Melissa Ricketts and Craig Marquardt. Melissa's an optical engineer for Acuity Brands with a PhD in physics from the University of California, where she studied non-imaging optics. She has designed a number of optical solutions for many of the Acuity Brands products. Craig has worked for 45 years as an award-winning architect and lighting designer. He worked with SOM Architects, ran his own company, CE Marquardt Lighting Design, and has been with Acuity Brands for the last 13 years as the VP of Design Engineering. So now that we know a little bit more about your background, can you please tell me what was the purpose behind the SPX recessed ambient product?
So our intent was twofold: to generate a unique appearance, but also control the light distribution. Everything about the optical design of SPX was intentional and deeply thought out. This goal required us to introduce innovative, cutting-edge technology using micro-optics. We made this luminaire versatile. Several of our configurations even cater to unified glare rating, which is better known as UGR throughout the industry.
Wow, a lot of thought seems to have gone into this. Craig, can you tell us what the purpose of SPX was for you?
Well, SPX brings timeless balance to architecture. Do you remember the 80s when the parabolic troffers created dark ceilings and harsh lines? That was a trend then. But now SPX delivers a timeless, harmonious aesthetic to architecture with its blended designs and its technical ability to deliver glare-free and balanced illumination within spaces.
Melissa, you spoke a little bit about UGR, that unified glare rating. How exactly does low UGR work and what does it mean?
So low UGR is really controlling the distribution. And in short, that means taking a wide distribution and pulling the light down, or reducing and eliminating light in the 60 to 90 degree distribution zone. So for example, creating a teardrop distribution, which is a widely favored distribution for UGR. And in fact, both our MPL and low UGR SPX optics have utilized this kind of distribution.
Craig, how does that translate to experience? Let's say for kids sitting in a classroom to doctors walking down halls of the hospital.
Superior comfort means less visual strain and a better experience in the space. We tend to only react to light when it's uncomfortable. This Acuity Brands designed low UGR option ensures the customer is never thinking about lighting and able to focus on the task at hand, whether that is taking a college entrance exam or performing open heart surgery.
I think that speaks to how many different applications and how many needs this product actually meets. For instance, I know when it comes to being visually interesting, we've got several 3D optic options. Melissa, can you take me through why and maybe how we develop something that's completely flat, yet it looks like it has so much depth? I honestly didn't believe it was flat when I first saw it. I had to touch it for myself.
We get that reaction a lot. Most people don't believe the technology until they touch it. In fact, our 3D technology relies on optical illusions, and this was something that I fell in love with when I first got involved in the field of optics. So these optical illusions are created using something called micro-optics. And you're probably wondering, what is a micro-optic? It's essentially a tiny geometrical shaped element, and it's so small it can't be seen with the naked eye. So think cylinders, pyramids, hemispheres, squares, rectangles, things like that. Each of these elements intrinsically shapes light in a certain way, so if you put enough of them together, you can literally warp light and how the eye sees what it sees. So putting groups of these shapes together creates light and dark areas and unique segments of distribution until your eye thinks it's seeing one thing, like depth, and it really isn't physically there. It's quite genius. The best part is, because it's actually flat, cleaning the fixture is much easier. Just wipe down the surface with a cloth.
Craig, this product's been called the product with personality. Can you tell me how you would use these patterns in different types of spaces?
Well, if I was designing a space, I would be using the crumple for, say, in a doctor's office to offer something visually intriguing, but yet very calming and comfortable for the patients to look at and to focus at. If I was designing a Class A office, I would use the frame in all of my boardrooms because it fosters elegance and control. Penrose, to me, would be perfect for spaces where kids are present. The tessellating pattern fosters attitude, individuality, and creativity, which is perfect for inspiration. The 3D center basket would be great for spaces where the traditional center basket look is desired, but maybe easy sterilization or the ingress of dust, dirt, and bugs is concerning, going back to the cleanliness point from what Melissa said earlier.
The number of options this fixture has in its optics really make it quite unique. But the options don't seem to stop there. We've got embedded controls, several different lumen packages, and different frame colors to add to its configurability. Craig, how does something like that help when you're designing a space?
Very easy. With SPX and its enormous kit of options from art design, performance, and controls, you can easily blend this luminaire subliminally into a space while meeting today's technical illumination requirements, or create a timeless visual masterpiece of illumination unmatched by any other luminaire in the industry.
This has been great. I'm really excited about this fixture. If you both had to summarize the benefits of SPX and what they can bring to the clients and the end users in the space in one sentence, what would you guys say about it? Melissa, why don't you go first?
I would say innovative, intentional, and interesting optics that raise the bar on what it means to design a new era of luminaires.
Awesome. Craig, what about you?
Oh, from simple to complex designs, I call this perfection.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for sitting down with us today. If you want to learn more about SPX, please visit our page at lithonia.com/SPX.